You don't say it out loud, but deep inside you've wondered, if he truly loves me, why do I feel so uncertain? You put on a brave face, you tell your friends you're fine, but late at night, when the world grows quiet, you replay every word, every silence, every small shift in his tone. You ache to know, is this real love or just a comfortable convenience? You don't admit it, but you've studied his actions like puzzle pieces, hoping one day they'll finally fit into a picture that makes sense. Because the truth is, as a woman, you don't just want flowers, sweet words, or late-night promises. You want to feel safe in his love. You want to know he's not only there when it's easy, but when life gets messy, when you're not your most beautiful, when the storms roll in and the smiles fade. You want to know that his love isn't a performance, it's who he is when no one's watching. And yet, haven't you found yourself asking, if he really loves me, will he fight for me when distance creeps in? Will he notice the quiet changes in my mood, the way I hide my tears behind tired laughter? Will he choose me when the world offers him distraction, temptation, and easier paths? Or will I end up like so many women before me, giving my heart fully, only to realize his was never really mine? You've carried this question in silence. You don't tell him, you don't even always tell yourself, because part of you fears the answer, and part of you hopes the answer is already there, waiting to reveal itself. But let's speak the truth you rarely admit. You are tired of guessing. You are tired of being left in the limbo of maybe. You are tired of mistaking attention for devotion, effort for commitment, and desire for love. And maybe you've told yourself, if he loves me, I'll just know. But that's not always true, is it? Because men can say the right things, play the part, hold your hand in public, but love is revealed in ways deeper than words. Love is in what he chooses when it's inconvenient. Love is in whether he stands steady when you're falling apart. Love is in the way he guards your heart when he could easily break it. So here you are, caught in the questions only your soul whispers. If he really loves me, will he show up when it matters most? Will he protect not just my body but my spirit? Will he honor not just the woman everyone sees but the broken, hidden parts of me too? And you know why you're asking this? Because deep down you've seen both kinds of men. The one who swears he loves you but leaves you doubting yourself every day. And the one whose love is quiet but unshakable. The kind that makes you breathe easier without needing a single word. You want to know which kind of man you have. But here's what most women don't realize. When a man truly loves you, his actions cannot stay hidden. Real love leaks through the cracks, even when he doesn't say it. You'll see it in what he prioritizes, in how he treats your dreams, in whether he respects your boundaries, in whether he listens when you feel unheard. You've been told love is complicated, but love is not supposed to leave you in constant doubt. Love is not supposed to make you wonder if you're too much or not enough. Love is not supposed to feel like begging for scraps. Real love will not make you chase. Real love will not make you question your worth. Real love will not silence the deepest parts of who you are. And maybe, just maybe, the reason you're here listening right now is because you're ready to finally see the difference. You're ready to know what he will do if he really loves you. You're ready to stop guessing and start noticing. Because the truth is, love leaves traces. And once you learn how to see them, you'll never be fooled again. By the end of this, you'll understand what real love looks like when it shows up in your life. And you'll have to face a choice. Will you keep accepting half love? Or will you finally stand for the kind that leaves no doubt? You wake up in the morning and before your feet even touch the ground, your hand reaches for your phone. You scroll through the notifications, pretending you're just checking the time, but what you're really looking for is his name. One small text, one sign that he thought of you before the day began, and when it isn't there, you tell yourself it's fine. You say, you're not the type to depend on it, but deep down your chest sinks, and you carry that weight into the shower, into your coffee, into the way you look at yourself in the mirror. You replay last night's conversation, wondering if you said something wrong. You scan for hidden meanings in his tone, his pauses, his silences. You ask yourself, did I sound too needy, too quiet, too different? And in those small moments, you start shrinking without even realizing it. Not because you're weak, but because love is supposed to make you feel chosen, not questioned. Then the day moves on and you slip into your routine. Work, errands, laughter with friends. But somewhere in the background, there's always a waiting. Waiting for the little buzz in your pocket, waiting for him to notice the way you went quiet, waiting for him to reach out first. And every time he does, it's like a hit of oxygen. Your whole body softens, the doubt fades, and for a moment you feel safe. But then it happens again, the silence, and you wonder, if he really loves me, why do I always feel like I'm holding my breath? You smile in public, but in private you're exhausted. You're tired of the guessing games, tired of acting unbothered, tired of telling your friends, "Oh, he's just busy," when what you really mean is, "I don't know where I stand." Because love shouldn't make you feel like an afterthought. Love shouldn't keep you awake at night, staring at the ceiling, asking yourself if you're enough. And maybe you've been here before, with the man who swore you were his world but disappeared when things got hard, with the man who said all the right words but never showed up when you needed him most. So now, even when he says he loves you, you can't help but wonder, does he mean it? Or is this another illusion that's going to break me? You hold back pieces of yourself. You swallow your questions. You convince yourself to stay quiet, because if you bring it up, you fear you'll look insecure, or worse, you'll push him away. And yet, you ache for the kind of love that doesn't make you second-guess every step. This is the part of your life no one sees. Not your co-workers, not your family, sometimes not even your closest friends. They see your strength, your smile, your ability to keep moving, but they don't see the nights you cry quietly into your pillow. They don't see the moments you stare at his picture, trying to read his eyes like they hold a secret. They don't see the way your heart sinks when his "I love you" sounds rushed, distracted, routine. And it's not that you're asking for perfection. You're not asking for constant attention, endless poetry, or grand gestures. You're simply asking for consistency, for presence, for proof that his love is more than just a convenient word, because you know, in the deepest part of your being, that when a man really loves you, he doesn't keep you in this constant fog of doubt. And yet here you are, walking the tightrope between hope and heartbreak, praying that his actions will finally answer the question your heart whispers every day. Does he really love me, or am I just trying to convince myself that he does? Here's the truth you've been avoiding, the one you're almost afraid to let yourself face. If a man truly loves you, you will not have to live in constant doubt. You will not have to decode his silences, justify his distance, or beg your own heart to settle for crumbs. Because real love doesn't hide. Real love doesn't leave you questioning your worth. Real love makes itself known. I know you've told yourself 1,000 stories to explain his behavior. He's just busy. He doesn't like texting. He shows love in different ways. But tell me, why are you working harder to defend his absence than he is to show up for you? Why are you carrying the weight of his excuses when love, true love, carries weight together? A man who really loves you doesn't leave you hanging in silence for days and then sweep in with sweet words when it suits him. He doesn't pick and choose when you deserve reassurance. He doesn't force you to question if you're too much or not enough. No, a man who really loves you will make sure you never have to wonder. Because love isn't just passion in the beginning, it's commitment in the middle, it's consistency in the quiet. It's choosing you when no one is watching, when it isn't convenient, when life offers distractions. And here's the part you don't want to admit. If he isn't doing that now, If you're already exhausted from guessing, then deep down you already know the answer you've been afraid to face. You've mistaken intensity for love. You've mistaken attention for devotion. You've mistaken desire for commitment. But listen carefully. Attention fades, desire shifts, words wear thin. Only consistent action tells the truth. Only a man who loves you with his whole heart will show up when it's inconvenient, when it's hard, when you are at your most unlovable, and he still chooses to stay. And I need you to hear this with love, but with honesty. You cannot keep betraying yourself just to keep him. Every time you explain away the doubt, every time you silence your own needs, every time you settle for less than you deserve, you are teaching your heart to live on scraps. And a woman like you was not born to live on scraps. So here is the line in the sand. If a man really loves you, you won't have to chase him. You won't have to remind him of your worth. You won't have to shrink yourself to fit inside the small box of what he's willing to give. A man who loves you will protect your heart as if it were his own. He will notice the details, honor your feelings, and guard the space between you like it's sacred. And if he's not doing that, then love, as much as it hurts to admit, isn't truly there. Not the kind you deserve, not the kind that lasts. I know that's hard to hear. I know part of you wants to push it away, because if you accept this truth, it means you might have to make a choice you don't want to make. But the longer you ignore it, the longer you'll stay stuck in a cycle of waiting, doubting, and slowly forgetting who you are. So let me say it, with all the authority and empathy I can give you. Stop pretending not to know. Stop waiting for a man to prove what his actions have already revealed. Stop silencing the voice inside you that already knows the truth. You deserve the kind of love that leaves no room for doubt, and until you stop settling for anything less, you'll keep asking the same question that only his actions can answer. What will he do if he really loves me? But let me ask you something that only your heart can answer. If a man really loves you, why does his silence feel louder than his words? Why do you find yourself checking your phone over and over, hoping his name will appear, while he goes hours, maybe days, without wondering how you are? If he really loves you, why do you carry the conversations while he offers only fragments? Why do you sit there, pretending you're fine, when deep down you know you're starving for something more? For consistency, for effort, for proof? And tell me this, if he really loves you, why does your heart feel heavy instead of safe? Why are you lying awake at night, staring at the ceiling, whispering to yourself, am I too much? Am I not enough? Should love ever leave you with questions that sharp, that painful, that endless? But wait, what if you've been reading the wrong signals all along? What if love isn't in the little things you're clinging to? The late night I miss you, the once-in-a-while flowers, the way he says all the right words when he feels you slipping away. What if those aren't proof at all, but distractions from the truth? And what if the real proof is something quieter, steadier, almost invisible to everyone else, but undeniable once you know how to see it? Because here's what you've never been told. When a man truly loves you, you won't have to chase signs in the dark. They'll be there, clear as day. Not in grand gestures alone, but in the way he shows up, again and again, when it isn't easy. So the real question isn't just, does he love me? The question is, what does his love look like when it's tested, when life gets messy, when you're not shining, not smiling, not easy to love? What will he do then? And that's what you need to know. That's what will tell you without a doubt whether his love is real. By the end of this, you'll see exactly what he will do if he really loves you. Imagine this. You've had a long, heavy day. Nothing feels right. Work drained you, your thoughts are loud, and all you want is to disappear under the blankets. You don't look like the version of yourself you show the world. Your hair is messy, your eyes are tired, and the smile you wear in public is nowhere to be found. You expect him not to notice, or worse, to brush past your mood with a quick, "You'll be fine." Ha! That's what you've experienced before. Men who only wanted the cheerful version of you, the effortless version, the easy-to-love mask. But then something shifts. He walks into the room and, instead of asking what's wrong, instead of trying to fix you, he simply sits down beside you. He doesn't demand your smile back. He doesn't get uncomfortable with your silence. He just stays. Present. Still. Safe. And in that moment you realize this is love, because for the first time you don't feel the need to perform. You don't feel the need to hide. You don't feel like you're too much. You feel seen in your quiet, raw, unfiltered self. The tears you've been holding back start to fall, not because you're breaking, but because you're finally allowed to. And instead of pulling away, he leans closer. He holds you like your sadness isn't a burden, but a truth he's strong enough to carry. And right then, you understand what you've been missing all along. Love isn't in the big speeches or the perfect timing. Love is in this. When you are at your weakest, and he doesn't flinch, doesn't run, doesn't demand you be anything other than exactly who you are. Every woman imagines this moment, whether she admits it or not, the moment she can fall apart without losing the person she loves. The moment she doesn't have to be on to be worthy. The moment she discovers that if he really loves her, he'll stay when she's not easy, when she's not shining, when she's not strong. That's the moment that changes everything, because it's when you finally feel safe enough to stop pretending, and safe enough to believe that love, real love, might just be possible. Here is the truth no one else will say to you out loud. When a man really loves you, you won't have to search for proof. You won't have to chase his attention or beg for his effort. You won't feel like you're auditioning for the role of enough, because real love reveals itself. If he really loves you, he will fight for you when life makes it difficult. He will choose you when the world offers him distractions. He will stay when your flaws show, when your strength fades, when your beauty is hidden behind tears. He will not make you question if you're too much or not enough. He will make you forget you ever asked that question. If he really loves you, his actions will write the story louder than his words. You'll see it in the way he protects not just your body, but your heart. You'll feel it in the way he listens to your silence, the way he notices what no one else sees, the way he shows up when there's nothing in it for him but you. And here's the deepest truth of all. Love that is real will never keep you in limbo. It will not starve you with doubt. It will not weaken you with confusion. It will steady you, strengthen you, and remind you every day that you are chosen. So stop searching for magic signs. Stop clinging to scraps and calling it a feast. The answer is already in front of you. Look at what he does when it's hard, when it's inconvenient, when it costs him something to love you. That is where the truth lives. And if you dare to see it clearly, you'll know once and for all, what he will do if he really loves you is everything you thought you'd have to beg for. You've been searching for the answer to one question that has lived in the quiet corners of your heart. What will he do if he really loves me? You've carried this question through sleepless nights, through long mornings staring at a silent phone, through conversations where you smiled on the outside while breaking on the inside. You've carried it through relationships where you gave everything and still wondered if you were ever truly chosen. And here's what you need to understand. Love is not proven in the easy moments. Anyone can hold your hand when the sun is shining. Anyone can say the right words when they're swept up in passion. Anyone can whisper promises in the middle of the night when desire is burning. But what will he do if he really loves you? If he really loves you, he will show up when life is heavy. He will notice the change in your voice before you even admit something's wrong. He will choose you over convenience, over distraction, over comfort. He will not make you wonder if you are enough, because his love will never leave you, measuring your worth against his silence. If he really loves you, he will stand steady when you fall apart. He won't disappear when your laughter fades. He won't grow distant when your beauty is hidden behind exhaustion and tears. He won't tell you to calm down or get over it. He will lean in. He will hold space for your storm. He will make you feel safe enough to be unpolished, unfiltered, undone. If he really loves you, his actions will align with his words, not sometimes. Not only when he's afraid of losing you, not only when it's easy, but always. Because love that is real is consistent. It is quiet and relentless. It is a steady choice, made over and over, without needing to be reminded. And here's the hardest part to accept. If you are constantly left doubting, if you are constantly left waiting, if you are constantly left explaining away his lack of effort, then the answer is already clear. A man who truly loves you does not let you live in confusion. A man who truly loves you will not starve your heart with uncertainty. Love is not meant to feel like guessing. Love is not meant to feel like begging. Love is not meant to feel like walking on glass, afraid that one wrong move will make him slip away. Love is meant to steady you, to ground you, to bring you peace. So stop telling yourself you need more proof. Stop waiting for grand gestures to cancel out the quiet neglect. Stop believing that love is meant to hurt this much. Because here is the truth that will never leave you once you hear it. If a man really loves you, you will know. Not because he said the words, not because he made promises, not because you convinced yourself to believe. You will know because he shows you again and again without being asked. You will know because doubt will no longer be the language you live in. You will know because finally you will feel safe in the one place you never thought you could, his heart. And if you don't feel that, if you don't see that, if you don't know that deep in your bones, then my love, he doesn't. The truth is simple, but it will echo in you like a bell every time you start to forget. When a man really loves you, he doesn't make you wonder.